Hey everybody, welcome to the Cancer full moon reading that's going to be happening on January 17th of 2022. Of course, Cancer is ruled by the moon, so a normal moon already impacts us because, like we always say, we're water, and the moon, the tides change, our inner world changes. So with the full moon happening, just imagine the amplification of whatever emotion that you're going to be feeling around the time is going to be feeling huge. So just keep that in mind as the full moon comes in, and focus on what you want to amplify. And if you're amplifying a dark shadow emotion and you want to feel it deep. But just know that if you want to switch it up, you do have the ability to switch your focus onto a different emotion to amplify that instead. So this is what we're going to look at first, just real quick on this intro. Just the full moon in general has a cycle, not only like about every month, 28, 29 days, the moon phases from the new moon to the full moon. It also goes through this huge 6-month-ish rotation from the new moon in the sign to the full moon in the sign. So the last new moon that happened in Cancer is actually back on July 9th of 2021. So if you go back and look at what was going on around that time for you, because that energy was about new beginnings in our private life, like forward movement in our connections with people or connections with places that we hold dear. So really relationships and that home feeling, and also could have been around your self-care, because this is all about your private inner world, the Cancer sign, the moon, nurturing type energy as well. So when you're looking back and seeing what was beginning then when we look into the full moon in Cancer, then you can look at what is leaving you, it's like this culmination, whatever seeds you planted during the new moon have come to a harvest, and now you're harvesting it. Then you're like, okay, what am I wanting to remove based on my journey over the last 6 months? Because now you're going to be on the 6-month journey on your inner world from this full moon to the next new moon in Cancer this year. So this energy of the full moon in Cancer can bring these feelings as if things are being resolved, or you're receiving revelations of the emotionally hidden, because the moon energy does help us get into the subconscious, the unconscious, kind of step behind the veil. So you might also have these feelings as soon as those revelations come in, because it is bringing you this inner conclusion, this inner resolution. So you might feel like, okay, I get it, all is well, or you feel at least that it soon will be. So for this reading today, for each of the zodiac signs, we're going to be looking at what emotions are you ready to let go of? What emotional waters are you ready to travel on now that you've made this journey halfway? So we're going to go ahead and jump into your specific reading right now. All right, all my Scorpios, this is your reading for the Cancer full moon, and we're going to start off by pulling a card here from this Ancestral Path Tarot, and this is going to represent just what the Creator wants you to know about what emotion you're ready to let go of, or release, or transform. So, Creator, for our Scorpios for this Cancer full moon. Okay, and this is your card right here. You've got the 3 of Sacred Circles, which would be the 3 of Pentacles. Now, the 3 of Pentacles, what I'm feeling for this, usually it'll be that someone is creating a beautiful work of art, and you have a couple people that are around you, and one of the individuals is kind of like the naysayers. They're not backing up your dream, not backing up you, producing this thing into the world that is of, in your own authentic way. They're like, no, you shouldn't do it that way. This is the way you should do it. You'll never make money that way. You won't be able to do that. Blah, 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 blah. And that one we're always so obvious about. They stand out so clearly that we're like, okay, we're going to put you over here in timeout, away from us. We're not going to allow that energy to come in and pull us away from our authenticity because you're just, being negative, right? So that one we're pretty aware of and it's pretty clear. But it's the other one, the person that's supporting us, that could actually be successful in pulling us away from our authenticity. And that is this person who is praising us, who is supporting us, saying, well, I'm so proud of you. I can't believe that, you haven't done this early. You're going to do so good at this, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, yes, because our ego side loves that validation. We don't want this negativity. We like that praise because that's the way that we were conditioned through praise and punishment. And so we want the positivity, we want the support. And so they say all that stuff and they go, hey, and have you ever thought of doing it this way? Where this person would say something like, you should do it this way. We're like, this person says, have you ever thought of doing it that way? Because we don't want to lose their support and their praise. We might go, okay, I'll do that. Now that is totally different than either one of them saying, hey, have you ever thought of doing it this way? And you're like, oh my God, thank you. I've been looking for an answer for that, and that's perfect because it resonates with you and it's reinforcing you doing it in your own authentic way. You're not doing it out of fear of being rejected or fear of losing the praise. It's really listening and going, oh, okay, sometimes spirit will speak to other people for us, to us, right? So it's about being open to that. But this emotion that you're ready to let go of is this fear of losing the support, the fear of losing the praise, the fear of losing any kind of positive reinforcement for you living your dreams. And it's really about you letting go of those outside opinions, whether they're supportive opinions or negative opinions. Then, it's about getting into yourself, diving into yourself. And like this star, the star in the middle here reminds me of the star card, which is about discovering that powerful inner you through that. We're also going to pull some cards here from the Naked Heart Tarot and just pull 3 different groups of cards here. One's going to be for the week before the full moon, the one after the full moon, and the other 2 weeks after the full moon. So one more shuffle here. All right. So for our Scorpios, what do you want them to know about the week before the full moon? Okay. That one too. Let's put that here, and then the full moon hits, and then the week, and here's the star card I was talking about. So what, whoa, okay. So I'll put those here, and I feel like you're supposed to have that one too. And then the second week after the full moon. Okay. They do want those 2 right there. Okay. So we'll go with these that turn themselves over here first. You got the High Priestess card. So the High Priestess is about diving deep into the inner you. She usually goes like into her temple. She uses the beautiful moon energy, which this Cancer full moon energy allows you to dive deep into your emotions, dive deep into your unconscious, your subconscious, and you're able to connect to the higher realms. This is about trusting your gut, trusting your intuition, trusting the messages that you get from up above, not from the outside world. So this very much is about digging deep inside of you, and that totally lines up with that message that was coming through here. And then you do have the 3 of Wands, so you had the 3 of Pentacles or sacred circles here. This is about creating something beautiful in the outside world, and this is about changing your plans. So this is your drive, your ambition, your aha inspiration, your spiritual energy can too. But for this is really about you having had plans made before and being influenced by outside people on what you should be doing, how you should be doing it, blah, blah, blah. Well, with this new information and trust in your gut and going, you know what? I want to do it my authentic way because I'm starting to lose steam when I feel like I'm starting to live someone else's dream instead of my own. So I'm going to readjust my plans and have my creativity, which 3 is all about creativity too. You're ready to focus in on that and to readjust plans. So someone might have said, have you thought I'd do it this way? And you're like, oh, okay. And you're doing that, but you really don't want to do it that way. This is about you making that adjustment and just taking that brave step to do so. And that's totally cool. Yeah, because here's the Sky Father, which this would be normally the Emperor in a regular deck, but I love the Sky Father because this is about that you are supported by the Mother and Father of all things, and the Sky Father energy comes in about, it's like a loving emperor. You're making decisions that are for your kingdom, which in this case is you. You know, here's that little star and the little eye there, boom, boom. So you are definitely connecting to this. I don't want to, I'm trying to, it's like this strength within you is a good word, because it's not dictator-like. It's a loving emperor feel where you are putting things in laws in place and you're putting this direction. You're taking control like a loving emperor does because he makes decisions that are best for the kingdom. And so you're making these decisions that are best for you and because your kingdom is within you right now. And you're making these decisions. You're not afraid of making the decisions. This is bringing that courage and that strength in for you to make those decisions, make these changes, and not let, I kind of have this picture of like the old time when there was, kings, and they would have people that would come and the advisors, and they'd be like, well, this is what we should do, and blah, 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 blah. All these people bringing all these opinions and all this, different viewpoints, but it was ultimately up to the king to make the decision based on the information that they had. And they would follow their heart, they would follow their gut, they would follow with what they felt was true. And that's what this is for you. And then the full moon hits, and then the week after that, you've got the universe. This would be like the world card, which is endings to major cycles and new beginnings. So this definitely fits into this, where you are ending this old way of doing things because you're making this plan and you're implementing it this week. So you're like, okay, I'm starting to make these changes. I'm getting rid of that old way of doing things because I have this new way that I want to do it. So it's right in alignment there. Yeah, because here's the 10 of Swords. 10, endings and new beginnings. Swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your mentalities, your attitudes, your expectations. And all of these thoughts and these beliefs, those supposed to be, those should be's that we are talking about from other people saying, well, this is the way that you should do it, and all that, it has exhausted you. It's like that little rat, he's not dead. He's just exhausted, having tried to make everyone happy, trying to please everyone, trying to do all those have tos, need to, supposed to, shoulds, all the, like I was talking about there, the supposed to, but you're ready. Usually in the card, in the regular, like the standard tarot deck, you'll see it's like someone laying down on a beach with all the swords in their back and they're looking away from us, but the sun is rising, and that's about that ending and the new beginning. You're ready, you're exhausted, you're letting all those old beliefs go, and you're looking for the new beginning that's coming. So both of these represent endings of cycles, endings and new beginnings coming in. So yeah. And you got the 5 of Cups. Cups are your emotions. 5 is about change, and this is like a change of heart that you're having, and it's the way that you've been looking at things. And these 3 cups here represent the external, kind of like all these expectations, because 1 cup is relationships, another cup is situations like job or education. The other cup is physical things like your body, possessions, your bank account. And all those things, when you were using those as your guide to what you should do, that's what was making you feel disappointed. Those are the things that stabbed you in the back and left you feeling empty. But you got the 2 cups here, which those 2 cups for me represent the 2 sides of you. You know, the U times 2, which is a big new series that I'm having start up here next week. And you will be able to look at that in that 1 cup is your human side, the one that's trying to find all of the fulfillment in the outside world but has been feeling left empty, right? And the other cup is the Ace of Cups, which is from your higher self, you know, this higher being, and it is full of the living waters. It's full of the essence of our Creator, which is unconditional love energy. We are made of unconditional love, and so you have the 1 cup of the human and the 1 cup from the spiritual realm, and it pours in, and that is what fills you up and makes you feel whole and complete. And so kind of with this High Priestess and the Sky Father, I really feel like that's this connection that you're starting, and you're realizing deeper inside what you truly want to do and how you authentically want to express it. And it's okay to mourn the loss of these things and letting it go. And if there's people that leave because you won't do what they want you to do, you can mourn the loss, but don't let it get you down. Feel the feels, but don't make your decisions off of that. Make your decisions from your intuition, your heart, and your gut, not from the guilt that you might feel when they try to give you the guilt trip. They can hand you the guilt trip, but you don't have to pick it up. And then that takes you into the 2nd week after the full moon. And you got the 10 of Pentacles. Pentacles is your outside world. This is about abundance and overflowingness and feeling whole and complete. So it's definitely already bringing you these feelings of like, yes, this feels fulfilling to me, not what I was trying to do before. And so this is just reiterating like, yes, yes, yes. This is what you have wanted all along. Yeah, and then you have the Ace of Swords. So swords are like, this is your new thoughts, your new messages, your new communication. But the Ace of Swords also brings you capital T truths. It connects you to the higher realm, to where you can see things from a whole different perspective, because you are seeing those capital T truths where these were small t truths of the ego. You are going to connect to these higher truths of spirit. It also gives you the ability to cut away these thoughts and these beliefs that no longer serve you. So it empowers you to really get control of your mind and these mindsets that you've had, which makes sense because you feel very victorious this 2nd week after it. So a lot of awareness comes into you this week, and you start to make changes and plans. This is, like I said, where you put those into action. You have these endings and new beginnings, and there's some heartbreak, some heartache, but you know it's for your own good, and you have this love, this inner emotion that you can connect to that's higher than all of that guilt and all those empty emotions anyway, which brings you into this victorious, abundant feeling place. So I am loving this for you. Yep, I don't have anything to add to that, so I'm going to leave the reading there. Want to let you know, in addition to these readings, I also do monthly readings for each zodiac sign, weekly readings for each of the elements, like fire signs, water signs, etc., and a variety of others. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you haven't done so already, just click the subscribe button down below. That's going to make this notification bell pop up, and then you can select to be notified immediately, and then you won't miss a thing. Also, if you're enjoying these videos and want to help share the love, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, then that just helps the mighty YouTube algorithm share the videos with other people as well. So if you feel so inclined to do so, I greatly appreciate it, but there's never any pressure to do that. All right, all my dear Scorpios, just know as you go throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing full moon 3-week period, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you soon. So until then, you take care.